Very soon, people. Very soon. We're experimenting. We're going to do an intro video. We got a new little buffer. All right, everyone. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling here. Yeah. So, like, just a quick side note: I've been experimenting a lot with doing just more and more through StreamYard, and it's an ongoing process. But like being a one-person show, we try and do a lot here. So, yeah, we're not doing any banners. We're not doing anything because I don't know. I kind of wanted this episode to be completely focused on Bruce Timm, because when we talk about Bruce Timm, we talk about this. Okay, now this book at one time this was like a $2-3 book. It's now like $200 to $300, which is ridiculous because there's a million of them. We know Bruce Timm through this, right? We know him through the Batman animated series. We'll go through this book one day. These are some of the original model sheets, like right here. I think this is where they kind of talk about how they were rejecting some of the design notes for the Dark Knight for the cartoon series, and they kept calling it too cartoony. So we got Bruce Timm right here. That's what our boy looks like. Lifelong illustrator, but what does that mean? Okay, what does lifelong illustrator mean? Well, it means you have a career before you have a career. Why do we have Masters of the Universe? Here we go. Skull Diamond, my boy. Yes, Skull Diamond. Do we want like a real-time update? Real-time update on your piece. Where is it? I'm sorry. It's already your piece is already rotated off my drawing table, and I can't find it that quickly. Within one day, I lost it. Sorry about that. So we have He-Man. Okay. Yeah, dude. Look. We're talking about last night. Some of the AKA padders are here. Keep in mind, okay, people that interact with me. Oh, here it is. Right here. So we're very close to finishing this up. It's like maybe another 30 minutes or less. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. So. Yeah, so we're not doing strictly He-Man content. We're going to go through this eventually, okay? But the reason why, because we're talking Bruce Timm, and the reason why He-Man's here, because here's the crazy thing. People don't realize that Bruce Timm essentially got his start with Motu, okay? Right here, Timm. Pencils, Bruce Timm. And from a very early time, we see Bruce Timm echoing Kirby paneling, echoing Kirby effects, echoing like in your, like, a lot of things like in your face, Great with forms. Okay. He's really good with layering, meaning like foreground, middle ground, background. I mean, he did 5 or 6. The last one he did was for the New Adventures of He-Man, and this is where we see. I mean, you can tell just with this face, he is pulling more away from a what you would call a traditional style or a house style, and he's getting more and more into his own zone. I mean, like this is all Kirby right here. The Kirby influence on Bruce Timm runs deep. But we got the big tease, and the reason why the big tease is a big deal is because this is a compilation of a few sketchbooks of his. These sketchbooks were released, unavailable, and they went into the hundreds. So, yeah, total excellence. You're right, dude. Yeah, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? So, the big idea is that this edition came out. I bought it like right away. The reason why it's important is because it reprints material that Bruce Timm distributed himself. That literally was $500 to $700 per edition. I believe that this is about 3 books. Okay, and this is Bruce Timm just drawing naked checks. Now, it's important because I'll show you right here, okay? It's important because we have his through lines, like silhouettes, center lines, torquing, okay? Those are the 3 elements that really make up Bruce Timm today. And then we have him being like somewhat practical, meaning there's really I don't see much Photoshop in these. The other cool part, all right, 0 commentary. Everything is what it is. I think that's a big deal, okay? So when I initially was going through this, like the variety of women was jaw-dropping. But then I realized he really draws only one body type. He'll draw one body type. He'll do variations on the breast, and then it's different heads. So you can kind of make the argument that this is him he fetishes women here. Okay? Now, it's not in like any type of disturbing or creepy way. He is strictly celebrating, again, the S-curve, the through line, the torque. See, torque is collarbone is one direction, and then hip bone is in another. Okay? That's torque. But it's a celebration of a master of his materials. So we can guess that it's marker, it's charcoal pencil, it's maybe some airbrushing in some of these. Alcohol markers, there's clear blending. This one, like right here, for example, looks like it was from a photocopy. Now, Bruce Timm, there's a plethora of work out there of him doing commissions, and a lot of the commissions do look like that they were colored from photocopies. But he is fetishizing women here, okay? It's a fetish. He's not really into different body types. He's not really into the female form functioning outside of just a silhouette. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of say this is someone's like dirty fantasies, dirty ideas, but he is exploring skin tones, hair, texture. There isn't I would say further exploration in the delivery of the female nude. And in all, this is a insanely important piece. What we got here from Skull Downer? Yeah, I mean, like that. Look, that curve work. Okay, it's everywhere. It's also like superior because you can really sum up his poses very quickly. And you look at this and you say he's a complete master at it. Modern day illustrators, Bruce Timm drawing women, J. Scott Campbell drawing women. I would say at one point they're handshaking one another. But yeah, I mean, like, this is the definition of exploring a subject matter all the way through. So keep in mind, okay, when we work on like on our own stuff, like for example, like Uzi Susie over here, okay, like Uzi Susie is a subject matter. The things I draw around Uzi Susie are as important as what I draw onto the page, okay. So a lot of this is probably practice work for what he would do through his day job, because he would have to draw, like, you know, just for example, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, so on and so forth. He would have to draw these things in his day job, so he's got to practice. And we have way more modeling here. We have way more of the illustrative Bruce Timm here. You know, doing some pulp artwork. But you see it though; it's insanely fast, as it's exact, as it's creative. Okay, and that's a big freaking deal. It really is. It's so freaking unique, and you can kind of see how he works off of reproductions of his own work. Some of this stuff could have been photocopied, photos statted onto a heavier board. And look, we really see again, like he's a master at layering. Look, we have like immediate foreground, figure, middle ground, background, like you know, eclipsed further background. It's really cool. I mean, like, this is the definition of an illustrator. I wish we had material like this for Jim Lee, McFarlane, Rob Liefeld. It's a big list of guys I wish would put out their subjects, their almost like their love, their some of their fantasies in some type of collected volume like this. But I think the reason why we don't see it is because they just don't do the work. These King Kong ones are great. But it really is him just exploring the curves of the women's body and really just trying to make it unique, make it different every single time. And it's not weird, it's not creepy. It's just an artist doing what he trained himself to do, which is grow, get better. I mean, it's just fun. I mean, it's really cool. And like I said, we probably got some gouache, we got some watercolor, charcoal pencils, colored pencils, alcohol markers. I think one of the reasons why we see a lot of like reproductions almost, or him drawing the same figure twice, is because he'll work it out with the pen and ink and then light box it. And, you know, he has like the line weights and then just the, you know, almost like the gravity of the figure, because like he does have this weight. There's a definite volume to the most simple pose here. See, and I love like some of this background stuff of him just kind of like it's almost like he's just like scribbling. Really cool. Like tan lines. If you're a dude and you don't dig tan lines, you're a freaking weirdo. Tan lines are one of the hottest things a babe could have. your babe too could have. But yeah, like you really see, like he works and reworks the composition because it's just an idea, two separate ideas, like two separate executions. Not one is right, not one is wrong. As an artist, you should be able to explore your subjects and your ideas in the exact same fashion. This is like very Franzetti. I would say this is almost like Tigra from Fire and Ice. Just really cool stuff here. And I never looked into like, if he had a wife or a girlfriend or someone he knew like posed for a lot of these, and he would just take pictures and have almost like a morgue file or like a library. And then he would just like, maybe go through Polaroids and just, rifle off a couple quick ones. But I really would say, like, everyone, we can kind of look at this too as warm up and warm down work. And he made a huge product out of it, a very in demand product. And as a creator, as an artist, those are the things you got to think about. Use your time as wisely as possible. It's just phenomenal. It really is. Like the greatest single subject illustration art book, I think, ever. I really do. So everyone, quick episode. I love you. Rock and roll. Yeah, we're not going to we're ending this with a exit video. So.
Are you ready for the eclectic one? AKA Pad is here.